So thank you for your patience, everyone. People on YouTube, I guess you weren't patient. I guess you just showed up and you're happy to be here, I hope. We have 8 players. We have 8 kings. And we have Edward Longshanks. Good old Edward. And he's looking to shank people. They just started with a hero here. That could be pretty strong. And of course, they have the kings. And they must keep those kings alive. Now we've got a massive map with plenty of resources. Over 1 million trees. Or I guess over 1 million in wood. Decent amounts of other things as well. And this will probably be a very long game where alliances will be formed. And things should be pretty interesting because I think we have multiple people here who have played before as well. People who are new. YouTube, you just don't know what it's like, okay? If you haven't shown up to the Twitch stream, you don't know what it's like. There's a lot of people, despite it being a very fair system, let's overlook the fact that the bot is called the Rigomat. You look beyond the bot's name, it's a fair system, okay? And yet, every single day, every single time, people are going to say it's rigged because we just have such high demand to get into these games, right? Well, we have a couple first-timers in this game, just like the previous game, proving this is a very fair system, all right? And yes, I know what you're thinking. You weren't mistrusting the system before, but now that I continue to try and convince you it's fair, now suddenly you mistrust it. I should probably shut up. Who do we got here? In the purple, we have Perla the Budgie. I guess that's better than Pearl the Bulge. That's what I thought it was originally. I think this is their first game. They're playing as the Persians. In the orange, we have Yashiman. Yashiman, been around for a minute. Yashiman also says, "Hi, Mom, I'm famous." Yashiman playing as the Franks. In the teal, kind of tucked into the corner here, we've got Jambi. First time back for Jambi in a minute, playing as the Spanish. In the yellow, we have a longtime mod here, Shulker. Shulker is playing as the Tatars. Also, it hasn't really been, like, the last couple times Shulker's played in a community game, there's been a little bit of, like, pick on the mod situation here. So, that's in the back of my head. It's been a while now. But I'm hoping that that's not the case here for Shulker. In the blue, we have Omni Shambles. Omni Shambles playing as the Berbers. I think he and Jambi are the highest ranked Elo players here. Actually, no, I'm wrong. That would be very clearly Entragon. Entragon's playing as the Way in the red. Entragon's 1550. Damn. So that's a big jump up from some of the others. And then the final two here, they don't have an Elo associated with their names, so perhaps they're unranked. We've got Noobish Pro. Noobish Pro playing as the Cumans. And Noobish Pro is super stressed right now, so sorry I forgot to ally. Stressful. And after the apologies from Green, we have Gray, and Gray is Apples or People 2. So Apples or People 2 and Noobish Pro next to each other. Both don't have a ranking next to their names. I don't know. Maybe they played team games before. I don't have, like, the ability to do large-scale background checks on these people before they get in. But we've got a variety of different skill levels. That's kind of the key and kind of the point. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Reminder, you can win with relics. Reminder, you can win with wonders. There's multiple ways to do it. And I also will point out, if you start with a fortress, you cannot actually produce your unique units from the fortress. So it's a castle, essentially, that looks pretty cool. But you can't make units out of it, which I'm sure the players are going to figure out over time. So, you can tell they're new. Green says checking. You can hear me, right? Just talking to everybody right now. Oh, purple hasn't... Oh, no. Purple hasn't followed rule number 1 yet. And purple says, here are some sheeps, orange. But rule number 1 of community games is immediately ally everybody. Because if you don't do that, people are not going to trust you, even if it's just a mistake. So, I guess the chances are decent that someone's going to say, hey, Purple, why have you not allied me? And Purple's going to say, sorry. But, yeah, we'll see. And actually, as I say it, Purple is gone down the list here and is going to ally some people and everything seems fine. All right, chat. Great time for some Q&A with me because we're going to have some booming here. So Ask me anything. Well, not anything, but, you know, keep it within reason and we can maybe chat about it. I've got some fun content plans coming up. We could talk about the series with my uncle. My uncle is starting to play AoE. Told me out of nowhere, when he had already played like 50 games, man, your game is hard. That'll be really fun content. Someone wants to know my favorite whiskey. I don't know if I really have an answer for you there. Yeah, I don't really know if I have an answer for you there. I like a lot of different whiskeys. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple that I like. I mean, I think in the past I would have probably said Macallan, but I haven't been drinking as much, and Macallan's decent, but is it good enough to say my favorite? I don't know. So, what's my uncle's favorite civ? My uncle doesn't have a favorite civ. That's part of his problem. Because I remember I asked him initially, I said, what units do you like to make? I didn't even ask him what civ. I said, what units do you like to make? And he said, lol, I am not that sophisticated, ... So, yeah, he's a big low elo legend. He does a lot of low elo things. Like, he'll make like 3 of every single type of unit. It's super cute. And it's super fun, of course, because he's my uncle. But he doesn't have a favorite anything yet, which is maybe part of the issue. Gray is still nervous. Green says, same, since we both never play ranked, we should stay together till the end. What do you think? And Gray says, yes. Guys, this is freaking adorable. The 2 players who don't play ranked, who got into this game, happen to spawn next to each other, and they want to stay together till the end. Now, my advice would be, that's very sweet, how about you incorporate one other person, at least? Because this whole us versus the world thing might not work all that well if that's what you are at the start. I think if you have 2 or 3 other people, it could work out. Omni Shambles. He's looking to form a team down here towards the south. He's already reached out to red and to yellow to form a team down here. And he wants a primary colors alliance. That's the first time I've heard that. Angel says, T90, the gifts where you lifted logs and go around in nature, are they gone? No, they're still out there. They're still out there. I still have them. They don't pop up on screen because, well, it's kind of old stuff at this point. But also because I find that, like, gifts popping up on screen can kind of distract from the content. And support is awesome and thanking subs is awesome, but also there's a fine line where it also can become very distracting. That's why I don't use text-to-speech too much these days. I am planning to incorporate text-to-speech back into the stream, but not for, like, every sub or small donos, because then it could just become, you know, it could become obnoxious. I might only do it for community games. This would be a good time for it, for example. Adds a little bit more fun. So I'm really particular on just the overall experience, I guess. Have you shared news about if you will be casting the Chinese tournament? I would say don't count on it. It's going to start at like 11 p.m. or midnight for me, and I haven't received any info on if we're going to get any footage that we can use or anything. I really just don't see myself being able to stream from midnight to 7 a.m. 4 days in a row when I have my... At that time, I think my fiance's family's in town as well, so... Maybe more info will come out on stuff that's going to be supplied for us to stream it, but it's been kind of light in that regard, so... I can let you know closer to time. Maybe things will change. Okay, but question for viewers. So... And we got to get into the game here, because these people are forming friendships and alliances that will hopefully last forever. But, so we have these videos, right? These 24-hour stream videos. These crazy, like, meme videos we've done. All right? And, I don't really play them anymore. And a thought, because we have the channel points, people are using channel points all the time, but we have no channel point reward, would be that we put them associated with channel points for breaks So people want to see them because some of them are a little bit embarrassing and ridiculous. And I want to play them myself. And chat could basically, you know, take one for the team and, like, cash one in. Is that anything that is of interest to chat? Or are you guys like, nah, not really? Because the channel points thing is tough. I can't, like, do game reviews or anything like that. I think it could get out of hand fast. But just something fun. Something that would make it interesting for the stream. We could also do, like, a channel points reward for me guessing your elo based on your chat history and username. There's ideas. Some people like it, it seems. Okay. Pearl. That's how I'm going to say Purple's name. That might be wrong. But Pearl says, we could defend the South since Orange is also with me. So Pearl's talking to Gray. Remember, Gray is very much Team Green. And they're also talking to Orange here. So they've got a bit of a Northern alliance, it seems. T90 official, it would be fun if you set up a direct salmon to money conversion. You want to cash in your channel points to US dollars. Yeah, and I want to be able to fly like a bald eagle. Like, no. I gotta cash in channel points on Twitch into cash, man. I will say people act like it's people honestly, people get more uptight about losing their channel points, which currently have no reward, than they do money. Some people. We're not going to name names. Someone will give 10 subs to the stream, and then they'll whine and complain 2 minutes later about how they just lost a bet with channel points. And Noobish Pro is speaking to Red and says, I'm stressed out, but I'm getting better. Red says, this will get better, I hope. Says, it will. Since you're next to me, do you want to be my ally? And Entragon goes to the others. This is the primary color team, so this would be blue and yellow, and is asking if green can join. And green says, we can be ally. So Omni Shambles is experienced. Omni Shambles has watched a lot of games on top of their elo, so I would expect Omni Shambles to know the flow of games. And we now have entered a very interesting predicament, guys. Because Green and Gray have promised themselves to each other. They're going to be friends forever. But only Green has been invited to the party. So what do you do if you're Green? When the party starts, do you just bring Gray along? And ask for permission once you show up? Bring some snacks, hope it's okay? Or do you try and pre-ask if Gray can join the party? Because now Green says, yeah, sure, I'm also allied with Gray. Green might have a decision to make. Because what if Green's team requires Green to kill Gray? Green might not want to do that. But you might have to. That's just how it goes. And I think it's the same in the north, right? Like, I think Gray was speaking... Yeah, like, Gray and Purple are also friends. So, can we come up with a words? Like, some explanation for this? Some title for this? What is this? These were the main two. They've never played ranked. They talked to each other first, but now they're on separate sides. Diplomatically, at least. Star-crossed lovers? Purple plus gray equals bright. No, don't put that in my brain. I'll confuse that. I don't know. We'll think about it. But yeah, they are star-crossed lovers, I guess. The Great Riff. The Frenemies. Romeo and Juliet. Yeah, okay. We'll work on it. We'll work on it. They haven't exactly made it clear to each other yet. Maybe they just grow apart, you know? But they haven't told the other that they're looking to be friends with others. And yeah, I was just going to point out, when I zoomed out, I saw that there's a neutral market down here. That is really loud. But there's one in the south and there's one in the north. And for whatever reason, when you click it, there's a photo of a villager there. So it also doesn't look like you can trade. Sorry, you can build on this rock terrain. So the only markets in the north and the south that you can trade with are Gaia. Which is a pretty big deal, because usually it's like, who are you trading with? Well, if you're trading with Gaia, then it might not affect diplomacy in the same way. Now, the market only has 1800 HP, which makes me think you can destroy it. Normally, if something is not destructible, it has like armor and 990,000 HP. So someone could attack that maybe. Here's a question for chat though. If you destroy that, can you build there? Because it's unbuildable terrain, but something was already built there, you know? I don't know. I'm going to guess you can't, but it's kind of weird how something spawned there. This is funny from Omnishambles. He says, please understand, my wall is for general security, not a comment on the strength of the alliance. That's funny. Well, sometimes people get really paranoid when someone walls like this and they say, what, you don't trust me? So he says, it's just for general security. This is just the reasonable thing to do. And, yeah, wall is up. And trade is coming through here from red and trading to the neutral markets. I like the neutral market. The neutral market's fun. And the fact it's in the north and the south could... Oh, does that hurt or help the people that are in the north and the south? I think that's actually worse. It's way better for the people who spawn in the east and west, right? Because they can just build their markets there and then trade freely. I think things are going to be a little too hot and spicy in the north and the south. If you know, like, that could be where a lot of the action happens now. Especially because the player skills. Purple's pretty high level, at least with score. And that's the same for blue right now. Oh, man. I don't want to sound like an addict, but I just had my first sip of caffeine of the day at 3 p.m. Oh. And here you guys thought I was at 100% this whole time. I've been sitting at 55% this whole freaking day. It's party time, people. It's party time. Let's go. I'm not an addict. It's just if I don't have it, the rest of my life is dull and miserable. So, that... I don't think that fits the status of addiction. I think that's normal. Yeah, I could stop at any time. I just choose not to. Yeah, exactly. So we got some army here from Orange. And we have an alliance here from Purple. Weren't Purple and Gray chatting like they were pals? I thought they were. Purple says, oh, Gray, didn't see I had you on enemy, XD. I love it when people drop an XD. I don't know. There's something about it. I just love it. I'm not an XD type of guy myself, but I love to see people in Diplo drop the XD. Gray didn't notice the potential betrayal there, so it doesn't seem like there's an issue. And yeah, army counts are starting to climb, but it doesn't seem like there'll be any fighting just yet. It's still pretty low, and they're focusing on the eco. Now, guys, I do want to direct you towards a situation. And there's a lot of history that comes with this. I would say one of my more active viewers, one of my longest-term supporters in this game is Omnishambles. All right? And one of my longest-serving mods is Shulker. And there have been many instances, potentially, where Omnishambles has seen a game with Shulker, and there were some other people that would kill off Shulker and say death to the mods, right? And Shulker, he's talked in this game. He's had Diplo. However, usually not the chattiest individual. Not the type of guy to be like, I've got your back, bro, and be there. Because he's just focused on the game. Understandable. So I'm wondering how that whole situation will go. Long-time mod, long-time viewer. And, I mean, I'll ask, like, Twitch chat. You get into this game, and you're up against one of my mods. Are you inclined to ally this mod, or would you prefer to kill the person who's had power over you? Even if they haven't wielded the power, snipe the person who's had that power. What would you do? I'm waiting. Okay. See, this is what I thought would happen. I baited you guys. Some people are saying depends on the mod. That's freaking hilarious. That's perfect. But to the people who are saying you're going to kill the mod, we have mods waiting to just freaking wield their power over you right now. You never respond to that. That's not a smart move. If our community was the type of community to have the mods swing their sword down on the peasants at will, you just screwed up. But luckily for you, they're not going to do that yet. That was funny, though. I assume some people would want to kill the mod. Omni Shambles says, what are we thinking in terms of actions? And that's my question as well. Entragon says, Teal is building up an army. Yeah, so I guess they're gonna... I guess Shulker is their flank. They might make a move against Teal. Teal's got a crazy army, actually. Teal's gone crazy with the Rams. Yeah, so Jambi might make a move. Again, this feels like a 4v4 with gray and green wanting to be friends, but life does not allow it right now. They may need to fight each other because that's just the way the world works sometimes. Now, they haven't told Shulker directly, like, hey, Shulker, get ready. But it, it is mentioned in their group chat here. Yo, Bottomby Experience, thank you so much, man. I had some of my best casts, I think, in those tournaments. I was really proud of my Garrison cast. Really proud of TTL4. TTL5 starts in the new year, guys. Thank you so much for the sub, man. Also, I mean, in pretty much a month, Bronze begins for Titans League. So I'll have lots of content on that, but lots of big stuff in the works. Omni Shambles says, Shulker, are you ready to defend against that? Oh my god! That's even more Rams than I saw before. The answer is no, he is not. Oh my goodness, dude. 22 Siege Rams. Shulker sees it, though. He sees it. And he turns. We have our first big attack of the game. Shulker will absolutely die without help. And Omni Shambles, he says to Red, are we gonna defend? Question mark. I mean, I think they should. Camels are on the way. Camels would be good, but they need to get here fast. Shulker has just lost the castle already. Red is on the way. Blue is on the way. They're here to defend Shulker. Is it going to be enough? And Omni Shambles needs to turn. Yeah, he turns now. Honestly, as long as Shulker doesn't lose his king, he probably survives here. This will end up being 2 people defending him. He will take losses. He's asking his team for help. It's not going to look good for Shulker, but he does have a team to back him up here. That is just a crazy attack from Jambi. Jambi just went so hard here. But with Halbs and with Camels, Shulker can build up down here. His king is safe in the TC. He's probably fine. The wild thing is, this was not communicated by Jambi. Like, Jambi didn't even run this past Orange, which is weird. And look at this. Purple says to Orange, what's the situation with Teal? Orange says nothing. So Jambi's just kind of like he's just like him versus the world, I guess. Which is not great because now now the North might get attacked because of your actions. Normally, you do want to have some coordination with the others, but Jambi said, nope, I want to kill Shulker. And now, Jambi's probably going to be asking for some help here pretty soon. Omni Shambles says, do we push Teal now? Shulker says yes. Shulker is going to assist as well. He's going to mix in some skirms right now. And I wonder what Orange has to do. I think you got to back up Teal. Well... yeah, because if you don't back up Teal, they kill Teal, and then they just move on to you anyways. So in this type of what feels like a 4v4, I feel like you might have to. Green says, I will help in a bit. Sorry for being that late. I mean, in all fairness to Green, you do have to run a really long distance to do this. What is Gray doing here? Gray has onager cut this line of wood in the back. It doesn't seem like this is for any ill intent. It feels like it might be just for trade efficiency. Interesting. They're going to need some siege against Jambi. And Jambi's got quite a few bombard cannons behind fortified walls. So Jambi's probably going to be able to hold for a minute here. Is Jambi trading at all? Does Jambi have any trade? I don't think Jambi has any trade. This is not your typical Diplo game. Normally you talk and normally you trade. There's none. Here comes some hussars to go raid. I mean, if I were a betting man, I would probably not bet on Jambi at the moment. Until I start to see some change in strategy or behavior. No chat. No trade. But we will raid. People already bet on Jambi. Yeah, with Spanish trade, you'd think they would have been in a good spot. We'll see, though. I mean, he's clearly a very good player. But every community game, it's like, people don't want to be the first person attacked. They'll do anything they can just not to be the first person attacked. And Teal has kind of become the first person to be attacked after the move on Shulker. The Hussars are running through. Red saw that. We've got some Tiger Cav out here. I think Tiger Cav are absolutely busted, by the way. It's just, there's so many other things about the way that are really strong. That's what people tend to see. Intragon got a little scared there, and Teal's just going to run away, and Blue's going to chase this back with camels now. All right. Well, the talk of the town is Jambi 10. Trying to remember. Jambi's definitely played before. I'm trying to remember Jambi's tendencies. But now Orange just turned on Jambi. I think because the Hussars were coming back, and Orange doesn't trust him. Orange doesn't trust him. Someone's calling me blind. I don't know why chat's calling me blind. I don't think there's any sniping attempts that I'm missing. Now I'm getting anxious. Oh, Orange chatted. Oh, I see. Okay. Orange says, yeah, red, blue, talking to you. Are you going for teal? Blue says yes. Orange says I can help. Purple says, looks like they're about to attack teal. And orange says, I'm going to join them. Okay. Yep. We saw all that. Right on time. I don't know how teal's Hussars have somehow managed to get into Shulker's base. With everything else that was going on. But they do. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, they're going to run back. Okay, Shulker's got castles. It's fine. I was worried he was going to get his eco raided. The Shulker says, sorry, I'm so disorganized now. Which is good Diplo. To mention something to your team, be like, yo, it's going to take me a second. Or a minute. Or an hour. Is a good move. The trade is running pretty freely to that market. No one is trading to the... Wait, tell me they didn't see it. No, they see it. I don't understand. The lack of trade in the north is astounding. You would expect there to be some. It's not happening. And if it's not happening, those players will not last long in this game compared to the others. Shulker has more gold than anyone. Entragon's second place. And Omni Shambles is spending a lot of his gold. That's the only reason he has 4K instead of 10K. And the Camel combination with the Paladin, with the Tiger Cav, with the Trebuchets is perfect. And Jambi, what was your plan, dude? No chat. No Diplo, no trade. I think this is a setup for a wonder. Like, you could try that if the stockpiles are there, but the stockpiles are not there. Jambi is going to slowly die unless he changes this by saying something. Offering something? Just not happening right now. This goes to show you how important communication is. And Green is being genuine here, right? Running to go support. But do you think Red's going to trust this individual when he runs in with Lancers? Red's top scorer. Red's going to be paranoid. He's going to think that people are going to want to knock him off his perch. I think waves of Lancers running into my eco would not make me feel very good. But yeah, there goes Green. Again, Green is just trying to support the team. Gossip Girl says Red will know from the name. Yeah, maybe. There's actually a strategy to that. Like, having noob in your name definitely helps you with your diplomacy. I guess it has to match your personality, though. It has matched Green's personality so far. Green's been, let's just say, pretty realistic on what they can and cannot do, and has been very kind and very understanding with the team. Overdroid says Dark Noob is not a noob. Well, Overdroid, you really set me up here. I could make some jokes, but I will agree with you. Dark Noob is not a noob. that was a softball, though. Jokes could have been made. Nah, I mean, he's a good player. Jambi says to Green, who just turned on him, in serious need of aid, my man, and I will repay you greatly. Too little too late, I think. Too little too late. You are correct, though. You are in serious need of aid. I think you're in trouble. Gray looks over at Purple's base and says, holy elephants, dude, and holy indeed. Look at these elephants. Damn, you don't see that every day. Teal says to Green, go stuff yourself. No. And Noobish Pro says, you making jokes of me because I said he is famous. Omni Shambles is saying Jambi is famous. They're talking about Jambi as Jambi's trying to escape. I definitely remember Jambi playing well in other games. I cannot remember. They're all showing up to kill him right now. Is he famous and I forgot he's famous and I made him famous? We need details. I feel like it. I feel bad right now. Remember Jambi being solid. His king is trapped right now. They're all looking for it, guys. Who's going to get the snipe? That king is trapped back here. That will not be a king that kills anybody. This is the safest position for them. And there's Red, and Red gets the snipe. So Jambi goes down. It was kind of self-inflicted in a way. I think his attack against Shulker was more than fine, but not having any plans or coordination with Orange was the weird thing here. And anyways, Jambi's out of the game. There will be an explosion. This will eliminate some trees. We've got 740k wood left on the map. And now it's 693k. So that took out 50k wood. So a lot of the wood's gone already. And now what? See, now this is where I was like, Orange probably should have backed up Teal anyways. Because now you live like 3 in the north and 4 in the south, depending on how you see the teams. I do like Yashimon, though. He goes to blue and red and says, pleasure doing business with you. So, I mean, maybe Orange will be obliged, be interested in doing some business with them again. Omni Shambles says, remember this support. Is he telling him to remember or saying that he will remember? Oh. Well, Green says, I will. I don't think he was talking to you, Green. Oh, no, he was. No, he was. I think he was saying... Because Blue told him that he needed to run with his units. Okay. Okay, a little bit of trade going to the north here from Gray. A lot of the trade from the north is actually running over to Green. Guys, Green has it made in the shade. Green is friends with blue, yellow, and red. Has noob in the name, so they don't want to bully him. And then everyone in the north is trading. I mean, this is also a lot of focus on one player who doesn't have experience. But it feels like literally everyone is trading through him or relying on him. Purple says to Gray, If you could convince green, he could try and fight versus yellow, blue, and red. Orange is with us. Gray is going to ask. Omni Shambles is going to orange, of course, because orange helped before, and is asking what the relationship is to purple. And he's asking for 3 options. He says, what is your relationship status? Going steady, complicated, or engaged? And Yashiman says, my trade is in his base, smiley face. But I think I'm safe on that side. Hope I'm not jinxing it. Okay, so what category is that? That would be going steady, I guess? Gray says green. Green says, what's up? Gray says, my cart is stuck. Also, want to kill someone? Those are 2 very different things to talk about. Yeah, I like how Gray tried to increase the trade efficiency and actually made it worse with this. Yashiman says, are you friends with Shulker? And Omni Shambles says yes. And Red says, yes, he is friend. Omni Shambles says, primary colors alliance this side. Yashiman says, then I don't mind switching. So Yashiman wants to switch over to this team? Chat, this is a little embarrassing, but there's 3 primary colors, right? Is green one? I'm so sorry. I don't actually remember. I thought it was blue, red, and yellow, right? That's it. I think that I got real nervous here. I can tell you the complexities of AoE stuff, but basic knowledge out the window. I have such a finite amount of brain space. Seriously, though, I don't think that's how brains work, but I consistently am just eliminating normal things from my brain and replacing it with AoE games. I'm convinced. Noobish Pro says, not sure, Gray, if I want to kill someone. Who did you have in mind? Ooh, and now Green goes to his team in the south, primary color team. Says, Green asked me if I want to kill someone. Perp and Orange might want to make a move. Omni Shamble says, we're talking to Orange now, Green, because he helped with Teal. Ooh. Well, I don't know what this means, but I do know this means that Green and Gray might have to fight each other, and they were the ones that said that they would be together till the end. But beyond that one comment, they haven't really been acting like it. Guys, I mean, purple is not going to be someone's... It's not going to be an easy kill. And so I think Gray and Orange would be foolish to turn on him without support. Gray says, let's kill Yellow. He is sneaky one. And Purple is commenting on Shulker's lumber camp. Shulker is sneaky. Shulker knows wood games. He knows this is going to be a wood game. He also chopped the wood in the middle of the map before. He's going to chop trees in Orange's base. Orange sees it. Says, Yellow, these are not sappers, right? See if Shulker responds to that. That could make some people angry. Green says, true that, but I would wait a bit with him. How about Purple or Orange? So he's trying to, I think he wants to preserve the friendship with Gray. He would love it if Gray were to say yes to attacking Purple, but I don't think Gray should do that or will do that. Shulker says, I'm just chopping trees. I can get rid of it if you want. And yeah, lots and lots of diplo. And Gray is saying they want to attack you and the rest. I said you are with us. I mean, yes. That's not exactly what happens, but he is basically saying that Green could be trusted. It's just a weird game because every other game you see, Orange always backs up Teal, and it's just a 4v4 until someone dies. But now the fact that Orange could potentially flip, you just don't know. Yeah, and Yashiman actually likes the fact that Shulker's here because he kind of wants to join their team and potentially trade with them. Yeah, like Yashiman could just start sending trade to the south right now. Green will have to break ally or get caught up in it. So we should be careful with trade. Yeah. Great call from Omni Shambles. And he's saying this to Red, who's obviously a very good player as well. That's a great call. You know whatever's going to go down, it's going to happen on the left probably. So you got to get the trade out of there. Purple says 4v3 is best odds. Let's do it. We march forward. But it's saying that with Green, like, he's just straight up assuming Green's going to say yes to this. I'm not so sure Green is in. And he is going to march forward. Gray says, we are the noobs. Green says, thanks for staying behind me. And Yashiman says, let's go. Where are we going? Yeah, Purple is saying like this like everyone understands what's happening. He says, attack Red. All right, Green. You just received this intel. What do you do here, pal? I think everyone, through the power of the elephants, you gotta, like... You're either with them or you're against them, and it's gonna be bloody either way. Jalker says, I think they're coming to one of us. Red has been turned on, so Red will communicate that. Yashiman says, Purple is coming for you, Red. I'll backstab him when he leaves. Ooh. Yashiman's gonna turn around. True, if the elephants are gone, it's not really a problem then. This will be tough for Red. That's a lot of elephants. You need scorpions, you need halbs, you need monks. Like, you need a lot of bodies to deal with this. You're gonna lose a lot. That is 36,000 HP of military. That's ridiculous. Against 7,000 HP. And there we go. Green is here in defense of Red, I believe, which will be a surprise to Purple. And Orange is going to double back here in a second, I think, and go after Purple and try and find the king. Green has not done anything yet. But Red is just holding the elephants there. And Blue is going to come in support now with camels and Trebs. Trebs is a little suspicious. Okay, Shulker turns, Orange turns, Green turns. So we have 3 people join in against Purple now. Notice Gray is not backing up Purple at all. Purple's on his own. Oh, God. He overplayed his hand big time. He overplayed his hand big time. He did not expect it to go this way. He says, Gray, I have good news. He needs Gray to help. He really needs Gray to help. Green says to Gray, sorry I have to turn on Purple. They'll kill me otherwise, which is true. What's the good news, Purple? What's the good news? That some of your elephants are stuck? I don't think that's good news. Obviously, he's busy. Purple, you miscalculated. You gotta chat, dude. You gotta chat. You're not gonna survive this. You have to talk them down. Or fight, and he just turns on everybody. That's attacking him. Gray is still trying to convince Green that the others will not kill him. And Gray says he's going to help, which means he might fight and support Purple. Green is thinking about this clearly, but Green should not do this. Green, your initial assessment's correct. You're winning against Purple right now as a team. If you all fight together anyways. Grace is convincing Green to turn. I mean, Apples, you also aren't actually helping as well right now. That's probably legitimately just a skill thing, like a skill issue, a level issue. But, I mean, there could be some military units from you. Purple says, very calmly, I don't think they like elephants. Happens. Oh, those damn elephants. I like Purple. People get really heated in these moments sometimes, and Purple is just like, oh, well, can't blame them. But, like, I think Purple should probably talk to them and be like, yo, guys, my bad. I thought this was going another direction or something. I don't know what to say, but try it. Gray is a crap ton of military. They're all in his castles right now. He's got a bunch of castles filled with Woad Raiders. Gray is still trying to convince Green. He says they're going to stomp us if we don't 4v3. Yeah, but I think it's too late, Gray. The time to fight with purple is gone. Like, if you fight with purple now, you're trying to save a dead person. Which may feel honorable, but this isn't about honor. This is about victory. I don't think purple is going to stay alive with or without you at this point. And green is asking, can we protect gray? And blue says he's not under attack. And green says not yet. So yeah, green really wants to keep gray around because they're pals. And purple's king is over here right now, hiding in the wood line. So, I mean, I guess purple is just going to fight until they're out of it. And that king will be found eventually. And green is just trying to tell gray, like, basically, like, gray, we got to get rid of purple. We'll see what happens after that. Great job from orange with the trebs. Well, I maybe picked a bad time to say that because they're all going to die. But still, took down a lot of the base. Shulker's building a castle here in support. And purple's king is running. And purple's king is going to go into gray's base. Now, gray is the only one allied with purple still. But, like, you don't even want to have to keep him safe now. Like, if purple's in your base, you're like, get out of here. I'm going to be seen as harboring a fugitive. You can't have that. This also could mean that maybe purple runs into green's base and booms green because it's exploding kings. And green says, that means time for a beer. Do not get up for a beer right now. Do not get up for a beer. Actually, you know what? You might have time to drink another one because you get to relax pretty soon. Is this not over now? He's gone for a beer. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's horrible. Okay, green, please tell me you're here. Please tell me you're here. Please tell me you notice this. That is not the king. The king is here. Okay, I'm calculating. I'm going to predict the castle goes down. But there is a tower behind there to the slight left side. I think the tower may stay up by a tile, guys. I have this range memorized. I can't remember what my fiance asked me to get at the grocery store. The tower will stay up. I'm a god. I have a real problem, actually. I have a real problem. I am rather embarrassed that I was able to predict that. But, yeah, the radius of the explosion could hit the castle, couldn't hit the tower, and Noobish Pro survives, and he says, wow. And, yeah, I have a problem. So, green survives, somehow. They either can finish him off because he's super easy to take right now, or they'll have some sympathy on him because he is still low score. Salutes in chat for purple. Please subscribe and make me feel better about the fact that I have that rare little bit of awareness there. They're all going to have to pack up their military, come home. But yeah, they need a target. I don't think the primary colors are going to want to attack each other right now. Blue and red are pretty hunkered down. And they're safe. And Shulker is someone they're going to use for the time being. So it's either orange, which could make sense, or gray or green. Probably not green because they're trading over here. So yeah, I think gray or orange. Green is going to have to like talk the others down from killing gray, I think. Green says they did not like the fact that I might have betrayed them. And green is saying this to the people in the south. Okay. Whew. Omni Shambles says, red to you. Think green is loyal to gray. Yeah, that's a good call. That's a really good call. Omni Shambles is reading him like a book. That's absolutely what this is. Green and gray like each other too much. Blue is sensing it. And Omni Shambles says, do you think we can talk to the others and do a 4v2? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. They're going to take both of them out. Now, Gray at least has some self-awareness here and says, who we attack next? Is it going to be me or Orange? He realizes that he's one of the odd men out. Red and Blue are going to decide on this together right now. Green says, I almost died. No idea. Green and Gray just kind of hanging out right now. The others are making big business decisions. Entra says, we should tell Orange to attack Gray and see what happens. Oh, that's a really good method. That's how you test Green's loyalty. If Green is loyal to you, then he will kill Gray. If Green is loyal to Gray, he's going to squeal like a pig, and he's going to try and defend or talk Orange down. So if they can get Orange to attack Gray, that'll get interesting. And it's actually a chance for Green to prove his loyalty to the others in the south as well. Holy buildings, my God. If you get the production buildings, he'll be ready to go. Yashiman says sure. He seems pretty agreeable, and he seems ready to fight, and he's going to attack Gray. Yeah. So Gray will need help, or will ask for help, and will only ask Green, nobody else. And Green is going to be sitting here, fully trade boomed with the others, and have a decision to make. And you know what the correct decision is, guys? The correct decision is to kill Gray and apologize while doing so. As brutal as that sounds to their friendship, that's what you do. Because if you don't, you are next. You have to keep up appearances here. And I don't think Green is, lying to the others, by the way. It's not like Green doesn't value his friendship with Red and Blue. It's just... I think he has a soft spot in his heart for Gray. Omni Shamble says, enough houses, Shulker? No. Where are the houses? I don't even know what he's talking about. Shulker says no. Shulker's done this weird thing where he's got, little bits of eco in everyone's base. He's got some farmers here in Green's base. He's got some buildings up here. Remember, he was chopping wood in Orange's base? He's over here chopping wood now. Blue is just watching Orange take down walls. And he says, I think Orange doesn't like walls much. They're waiting for Orange to attack Gray because he said he would. It hasn't happened yet. And Orange saw that comment and says they'll be in my way. Which I guess is true. But he only says that to Red. Stockpile update. Here we go, guys. Stockpile update. Everyone's rich. Everyone is honestly rich. They all have trade. Now, whether or not that trade will stay alive, I'm not sure, but they're all in really good positions here. TJB, thank you for the 2-month resub. He says, have you considered writing the grocery list down? No, because I convinced myself I'm going to remember, and then I never do. And then that cycle continues. I don't write things down, dude. Writing? With a pen and a pencil? You know what year it is? No, I really should put it in my phone. I do make a list sometimes. But you know what I don't need to write down is I don't need to write down the exact radius of an exploding king in a community game because I have a sense for that. So that's nice. Oh, there's the houses from Shulker. Okay. Is Orange going for the long trade route? Also, I think Capture Aid stopped picking up how much gold is on trade cards because there's definitely gold coming in, right? And it won't show it. I noticed that the other day. That must be a bug. I thought it was a hyper random thing. So yeah, he's going for the trade through the middle, which is extremely vulnerable, but you get crazy amounts of gold when you go that distance. What about Orange? This way we keep our South Alliance till the end. So Green is proposing attacking Orange. Red says, I think Gray and then Orange. Green says, I like Gray. He is like me. No Elo, 11. And red is saying Gray didn't help in any fights, which is true. Did Gray kill anything this game? That's not a good look. So Gray didn't have any engagements whatsoever. And yeah, they feel like maybe he can't be trusted. But Gray is moving out. Gray is moving out now. He's ready to fight. He's ready to show us what he's got. Remember, Gray and Green, lower ranked players. They have no rank. And I don't think Gray is trying to not fight. I think it's Gray doesn't want to die. Green says, well, that's true. Well, if you guys cool, I won't help if you go against him. We'll stay and watch. So he's saying, if you're all right with it, I won't help you, but I'll let you kill him. And red says, okay, that's good enough for them. Green is going to sit there and watch as his unranked friend dies. Yes. And now Omni Shambles says, just to you, Green, if you just watch, they probably will turn on you next, which is true. And Green says, probably. Gray turns. No, multiple people turn on Gray. Sorry, big difference. Gray needs to defend himself. They're going to start. That was nice from Omni Shambles to let him know ahead of time. And Gray... Is he actually turned on orange? I think he did. He turned on a lot of people at once. Gray, this is why you needed purple alive. But it was tough for Gray because Gray wanted to fight with Green, and Green couldn't join. So Gray chose to do nothing instead, to be on Team Green, and, well, this is how it goes. And you can see Green is saying, I allied him at the beginning and offered me, so I can't do that. It's okay if I'm next. So Green basically says, this might be worse for me to not help. It might be a bad look, but I am going to stick to my word with Gray at the very least. Which is fair. That's fair. I mean, he understands the risks. We'll see if Gray has any chance here. Whoa, how do we have blue Elite War Elephants? I guess they were converted? They look so much better in blue, gotta say. I'm not a purple hater or anything. Oh, wait, Green is here. Green is here. He's just passing, just observing. Honestly, Gray's halbs are destroying right now. Gray accidentally made militia and killed a bunch of them. Gray is in panic mode. Gray's still alive. Gray had lots of resources. Green is still here. And blue is asking Green what you're doing here. It's like, why are you here? By the way, Shulker is not helping. So Shulker not helping is not a great look for him, potentially. Shulker might be planning a snipe. I do see a siege tower down here, which I'll have to keep an eye on. And Gray's king is alive still, guys. And Gray has kind of held this. Oh, guys. What do we think Shulker's trying to do here? Any guesses what Shulker's plan might be? Any guesses why Shulker isn't helping the team? It's almost like there's space for a certain building in this corner. I love this. Shulker says protecting important things. Omni Shambles says, do those things begin with W and end in under? That's so funny, dude. So, yeah, he was asking... I thought he was asking Green what he was doing. He's asking Shulker what he's doing. Green is actually over here, too. I think Green made a comment. Yeah, Wonder 11. Shulker, your days are numbered. Look at Shulker. Shulker's trying to get his king with a siege tower to that corner right now before this gets bad. Oh, my God. I mean, this keeps Gray in the game for a while longer. Green is... Is Green inside of Shulker's castles right now? Well, that's kind of sneaky. My king is on the move from Gray. No one's there to make the move. Green's not going to do it either, apparently. So Gray will survive for now. I mean, it's sneaky from Shulker. I think the fact that he was so quiet and he wasn't helping at all, and he's building such a massive freaking fortress, like, this is crazy. It just takes a lot of time and thus becomes very obvious. Pelts are insane. Shulker's Cav Archers are not being microed, and he will lose every single Cav Archer to the Halbs. Yikes. But he was there to help. He was there to help. The Camels are here to help from blue. They're going to do even worse. The Tiger Cav is also not good against Halbs. Halbs are at least even against Halbs. So finally we have a unit that doesn't get shredded by Halbs here. Green says, I just want to protect you, Shulker, which I'm not sure I believe. But, you know, there's units there at least. And Orange is taking down another castle, and they're still looking for Gray. They just need to take care of Gray. Once they kill Gray, if they can kill Gray, they can move on to Shulker. Honestly, Shulker should be wondering now. Don't wait. Like, they called you out as well. I don't know if he noticed the call out, but you need to be building it right now. Maybe get some more vills up there. Guys, Gray's incredibly wealthy. Gray's got 28k gold, 40k food, 70k wood. Like, Gray's not dying anytime soon. So, yeah, I mean, Gray does seem to be a little slow with the reboom. Like, you can't tell Gray has more food and stuff. Like, not seeing more TCs and not more buildings. But still, I mean, these barracks are set up at least. I think Orange is going to go Elite Throwing Axeman eventually against that and could probably take care of it. But still, the clock is ticking. Yeah, and they're going to move away from Gray now. At least Blue is. I think Blue's going to go after Shulker. Omni Shambles says, to all except Shulker, he will drop Wonder the second Gray dies. Omni Shambles knows what's up. And the King's still fine here for Gray. T90 Official, have you ever thought about tagging this as a family-friendly stream? No, I haven't. You guys can decide if you want to watch this in front of your family, but that's, you know, that's, I'm not going to tag it as such. I do occasionally get a little heated, you know? Gray says, well, stop killing me then, please. And Blue says, it's a fair idea. I liked it in principle. And Gray says, I'm already dead. What will happen here? Thank you, Narwhal. Guys, I've missed like so many freaking subs. Let me go through. Chalk Sidewalk, thank you. Schlafdeck, thank you so much. Thank you, his for the 9 months. Narwhal, thank you for 14. We had Helden with 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much, guys. We got the bonus on gifts. There's been so many today. New subs are discounted if you want to join in. Thank you, thank you. Shout out to one person who may stop in on the channel when I'm offline from YouTube and drop a prime as well. Happens sometimes. It's weird. I don't remember their names to go back and give them a shout out, but I do see that stuff once I get on my computer. Green says they might stop because of Shulker. Gray says thank you for not turning. See, here's the thing. So obviously it is a kind of a rank issue, but Gray's got some time to reboom right now. You know, get back up to speed, and it just feels like Gray's like, oh, I'm so dead. But there's no better time, Gray, to try and fortify up again. Okay, we have a play against Shulker. No, Shulker never got his king to the corner! Shulker never got his king to the corner! He had it sitting there in the siege tower. No! Not like this! Not like this! Okay, he's safe in the castle for now. Jules, thank you for the gifted subs. I thought he was going to click that back to the corner. Oh, no. He's got all these fortifications. He forgot his king. Oh, no. Well, he's making halbs. Shulker's going to use diplo. He says, okay, Red. He can survive this. It's fine. It's fine. He was just testing his allies' loyalty. And actually, he can just run. It's risky, but maybe you make a run for it now. Because the siege tower thing, it's slow. Thank you, Comp, for the prime. I think he's about to cut this wood line, make a run for it, which would be smart. Whose trade is dying now? Oh, yeah, all of Shulker's trade is dying, which is actually not bad because I'm sure he has lots of resources, and now he has population space for the defense. Yeah, he's on the run now. Shulker's escape. Ooh, green is coming this way to come get the king, but Shulker's onager cut gives him the avenue to get to his base. That's a sick move from Shulker. Without that, he's definitely going to die. Treason was just researched. Red will see the location for a second, but he still thinks there's a wood line there. Yeah, and there it goes. Now he researches it again. He might catch a glimpse, but that king is going to make it to safety. That's a big move. Shulker, you got to build. You got to build now, my friend. The pathing on the king is... It's hit a trade cart multiple times and turned another direction. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, I think he can make it. I hope he can make it. There he goes. Wonder has been placed, and he's going for it. It's not with the max amount of ills, but it is with a lot. And what everyone expected to happen here is going to happen. This gives time for Gray to come back into the game. People won't see Gray as a threat now. They'll only see Shulker as a threat. And this is now Shulker's last stand. Everyone is going to enemy Shulker. Everyone will be against Shulker. But this is all expected. High risk, high reward. Normally, this is what actually unites people in these games. And Shulker will probably have 200 army, guys. I don't think... Well, I guess he has... How many vills building? Okay, he's got 29 building, so... Or 28 building, so he'll have... Whatever the difference is. And the king. But 5 versus 1? That's really tough. That's really, really tough. Also, he hasn't turned on Orange yet, so Orange is still, like, getting all this trade profit. I think he will turn in a second. Orange can actually see it all. What is Orange doing, by the way? What's Gray doing? Why does Gray have farmers walking over here? I don't really know. Gray is kind of built back up. They're researching Treason to try and find that king, and they should probably communicate it's over here now. Okay, Orange is speaking. Says, can someone ping king? And Omni Shambles is next to Wonder, yeah. Well, here we go, guys. It's got to be slow and steady. You can't just go for the Wonder right away. You have to take down all the buildings that Shulker's looking to produce out of. I think Orange disagrees with that logic. I think Orange is... Wait a second. Orange is still allied with him. Does he really think he's going to have the chance to just roll in? Shulker, turn on him. That was bold. Orange thought he had a chance there to just go in and finish it before it even completes, but Shulker noticed. And now Orange loses everything. Oh, that was funny, though. Honestly, for the content, I'm glad Orange tried that. That's funny. I was kind of concerned that Shulker was going to notice there for a second. Woo! Anyways, we're about to see the Tatar Wonder. I forget what it looks like. But it will complete. And then the countdown will be on. Shulker's buildings up here are going down. That's all you're seeing. Here's the Wonder. Everyone say ooh and ah. Beautiful Wonder. And it somehow only has... Somehow it's lost 1 HP. Don't ask me how. Maybe it got hit by a Paladin. Is Orange trading the trade... Saving the trade cards too? That's... A lot of attention to detail. But here we go. Shulker's last stand. 1 Shulker against 5 others. I do not expect this to go very well. Tatars are kind of awkward too. Like, there's other civs that are way better here. They don't have great siege. Their halbs aren't even that good. You really want cav archers, which have already died. So Schalker he's made his bed, as they say. He's got to lie in it now. He's got to face the consequences for his actions. And I would guess that he is not going to last very long here. Honestly, well played from, like, everyone's here. Green is even here. Green is here. Gray is not here. Gray is a peaceful farmer still. But, you know, nice job from everyone to coordinate. Sometimes it takes people a while. Like, they're bickering and arguing for a while, and they don't get here on time. So, love to see that wasn't the case here. We're seeing stables and archer ranges and barracks going down. I just wonder who dies after Schalker now. Maybe I'm assuming too much. Yeah, Schalker is just losing everything so quickly. I think they just go to Gray. Right? Like, nothing has changed. And Gray still... Has Gray brought anything to support? Not really, so... Everything points to Gray. Okay, Gray's bringing Rams. So he is supporting with Rams, and Celt Rams will certainly help. It's not even a slight to Gray at this point. It's just the natural move. And then red and blue are going to be scheming, guys. They have to be the top two in this game, right? They'll probably want to take down orange, and then they're going to fight it out. They might try and backstab each other. We got to keep a close eye on that. Need to keep my eyes peeled, because they're going to be experienced enough to try some of the tricks that we can see. Omni Shambles says this is quite a big fight, and it is. But Schalker is realizing the writing is on the wall. And now his wonder is a distraction. And he is going to try and somehow either get away or sneak his king into someone's base to boom them. He knows it's exploding kings. He knows he needs to try something. But there's not really anywhere to go. He was completely cornered. The paladins found him. The wonder's about to go down. The king is on the move. And the king is going to go down. Now, that's on the edge of Orange's base. The wonder will collapse because he's defeated. That will hurt Orange a little bit. It'll take down some of Orange's walls and castles. Well played, Schalker. Salutes. A little too obvious. Well played from them to realize, though. I think he tried to build that fortification a little too large. It's a tough balance. It's like you need to be completely prepared, but also you don't want it to be obvious. Man, Orange just saved those trebs from the explosion. That's actually so good. Great job. Green's army gets just walloped. But Orange somehow went over there and saved those trebs. And all right, Schalker's gone. So now what? It might be exactly what they say. So now what? And red says back to gray? Yeah, you have to. Like, you can't... Red and blue can't attack each other. They're solid allies. You can't attack green because you're trading with him. Gray says that was kind of ambitious of him, which I agree. Honestly, Gray should have prepped the wonder to complete right after Orange, Schalker's completed. That would have been his best chance, too. Omni Shambles says to Orange and Red, us three, final three, fight other two. Yashiman says, I'd like that. We can go finish Gray. Omni Shambles says, pleasure doing business with you. And now he's going to go to Red and say to only you, Red, and probably say, once we kill Gray, we should kill Green, we should kill Orange, and then it's just us two. Yeah, he says, when it's final three, we'll need to turn on him as he's on the other side of the map. Yeah, obvious. Orange not having an ally on his side of the map will hurt him when it comes down to the final. It helps him now because there's no threats. But yeah, all pretty good calls here. Does Gray sense that bad things are coming now? What's up, Schalker? He says, I'm just happy to not die super early, Tinati. I haven't played in months. Yeah, I'm sure you were really worried when Jambi showed up, and then really happy when you got some support there. I think you played it well, Shulker, because like Omni Shambles and Trigon are clearly very good, and they're clearly thick as thieves and like really close friends here. And there was a lot of action happening, and you took your shot. So Gray's got some Rams over here still. We'll keep an eye on that. They had all their military on the right side, all their focus on the right side. They've got to gather up all their things to be comfortable again. And Green says to the people who are just basically saying they're going to do this, says, you're thinking of killing me, right? He says, meaning I have to open a beer. And Blue says, actually, no. And Red says, nope, Gray and Orange. And Blue says Gray is still next. Okay. So Green is on to beer number 2. I'm a little jealous. Yeah, and they're explaining why. It's because the trade is here, so it's not because they're in love with you or anything. It's just because of the trade, sadly. I wonder, is Green going to tell Gray at this point? Like, Gray seems to be just sitting here waiting for their inevitable death, but not doing anything to try and change their situation. Gray says not again, like Gray knows it's about to happen again. And Green says to Gray, I think you will be next. Yeah, that's pretty much confirmed. But I think. That's like the subtle way of saying it. Green, will you delete your base next to me? Says Yashimon. Well, Green is trying to pitch that they attack Orange first because Green is secretly in love with Gray. The rules of this world do not allow these two to be together, but they will continue to try and do what's best for the other in what ways they can. This is now like, what, the 3rd or 4th time that Green has tried to talk the others off attacking Gray? I mean, the other ones were a long time ago. Gray sees this, turns on Blue. And also, Entragon says, I'm going after Gray. And Orange will attack you, which is true. Yeah, Orange doesn't trust Green. Fair. Gray is now allied Blue. And now Blue... Oh, God. Gray, you had it right the first time. Unally. Unally. Enemy. 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 You had it right. You had it right. You had it right. I don't know if you forgot or what. You had it right. You had it right. Okay, there we go. Turns. Again, Halbs are insane against these units. So it's not a bad situation to defend from. I know Camel Archers still kill Halbs fast, but, like, Camel Archers get shredded by Halbs as well. Same with the Hussars, same with the Camel Archers. They need champions or something. Like, yeah, they just need another unit. Would have loved to see Omni Shambles just go hand cannons instead of Camel Archers for a minute. Green is just not going to help, I guess. Because Green loves Gray. And here comes Gray. Gray is spamming a lot, guys. Lots of Halbs, lots of Siege Onagers. Is Green just going to go fight Orange now? Oh my goodness, that's a lot of Trebs. Can you imagine if Green just patrols into this? We're about to see a Treb massacre, dude. Absolute massacre. Here we go. Goodbye, Trebs. Yikes. Yikes. And that's the siege they need to kill Gray. So he's indirectly, but like kind of directly saving Gray. I still don't know if it's going to be enough. Because Gray is taking losses. Gray is losing their base. And Gray is still going to struggle, but Green is doing what life allows here. This just further cements in my mind, though, that the very next person to die will be Green. Because, like, you're not actually helping the whole eliminate Gray situation, and now you're attacking Orange as well, even if there's some reasons for it. Orange did save a lot of those Trebs. Guys, that's why you make 30 Trebs. So if you lose 12 of them, it's not so bad. Stop going in with 4 Trebs. Make 30. Lose a third. Feel like a god. continuous halb spam from Gray will take down these Trebs. And Gray will hold on. And last I checked, Gray still has lots of resources here. I think if someone would have taken out the barracks, then I don't know if Gray would have ever been able to reboom. But just having all the production buildings up there and just shift queuing so many units has saved him. But once Axemen show up, Axemen is the first time in a while where there's just no chance for straight halb to defend. And Blue just can't believe. He just cannot believe that Gray has not died yet. A couple Hussars run in to snipe Siege Onagers. And yeah, we've got quite the long game here, guys. And here comes Green again. Green. Bro, just let him die. Just let him die. Let your pal, your low elo pal, or your no elo pal die. He has somehow found a way to defend his pal. And I should respect that. Red's not going to respect it. Blue's not going to respect it. Orange certainly isn't going to respect it. Orange is a good player, guys. For 950 elo, Orange is really good. Really solid unit control. Like, really solid production. Decent ratios, too. What's Omni Shambles doing here, by the way? I love how the starting unit, Edward Longshanks, is still alive for him. Red is researching trees in a lot, still looking for Gray's King. And Red is switched into two-handed swordsman. I don't know if the Wu get champion, but even two-handed swordsman is better than what he's been making. And here come the Trebs and the Paladins and the Axemen. That's a lot of halbs, my goodness. Orange should just let these Trebs continue to fire on everything here. You're taking down Howls and Barracks, it's fine. But here come the Lancers from Green. Just passing. Just kidding. Man, Gray, that's a lot of halbs. Man, he's halbing everything. He's winning. Gray's gonna 1v5. It seems. This is insane. Orange is trying to sneak up here. Green's attacking that. Apparently, halbs just counter everything. Pointy boys in chat. Let's go. This is just one of those games where, like, we can't move into the next chapter until this is closed. And the writers of this show just refuse to let Gray's character die. Must be like a contract thing where they promised him so many episodes and they just can't, no matter how they try, they can't work him out of the plot line. Orange says, damn, Green, why do you have eyes? And Green says, born with them. What a statement. Why do you have eyes? Whoa, is Gray raiding right now? Whoa! Bro! Wow! Where did that... Oh my god, dude. Hold up. Spoilers on the ending. I thought Gray was just going to lie down and die and not have any sneakiness. Gray actually tries a move here. He had a castle that I guess everyone forgot about. He built with these vills. And he had petards and he had woads. Unfortunately for him, it did not work at all. In fact, it wasn't even close. But it was a good attempt. And we respect it. And Gray, honestly, yeah, it's nice to see a move to try and do something here. As you're still trying to survive over here. But that might be the only one. This castle will probably get taken care of pretty quickly. And now Siege Onagers are going down. The barracks are going down. Yeah, Gray will die soon. So, chat, I ask you to put yourself into Green's shoes. No, I should rephrase that. What do you think Green will do? Based on everything we know about Green's personality. When Gray asks for safety. If Gray asks for safety and says, hey, protect me. Will green do that? Or will green say, no, keep that freaking bomb out of my base, bro? You never want to let that king come to your base if you care about your own safety. That's bad. I think green might actually protect them. Especially if green's going to be the next person killed. I mean, why not? I don't know. If I were gray, I would hope to have like enough respect for my ally to not take my king there. I'd be like, you don't deserve this. You don't deserve this risk, this death. I will already die. I don't want to take you with me. And then green will be like, but gray, I would love to die with you. You know, it's a whole soap opera. Here comes green. How did green get rams here? I have no clue how green just appeared with 10 siege rams there. But they made it somehow. And orange is panicking big time. Orange is picking up everybody and coming home. The king is running for orange. This is getting really dangerous. And green is researching treason to try and find orange, but is still too far away. This is the right decision from green. Just take down the castles. You're not going to get the king now. Those rams will never make it. Well played from orange to notice that. And, you know, bring everything home in a panic. You'll probably lose the castle, but tis but a flesh wound at this point. You're completely fine. Gray might not be, though. Gray doesn't have enough defense now. Halbs are over from this side. King could eject. Green's army is dead. Castle's halfway down. There are camel archers as well from Omni Shambles for the snipe. And green says to orange, why do you have eyes? Oh, the camel archers get hit. The camel archers are the snipers. The king is out. The camel archers need to get there. The camel archers need to be there. No, it's stuck. Oh, he deletes his siege onagers. What? He's no elo? Bro, I wouldn't have done that. I would have complained about pathing, and then I would have died. Gray saves himself. He deleted his siege onagers because it was blocking the pathing. King is alive, healing up in the castle. That was sick. It's Jason Bourne. That's funny, chat. That's funny. Ugh. Listen, I don't want to be rude. But I've really been waiting for Gray to die. I don't want to be rude. But for us to get to the next freaking chapter, Gray needs to actually die, man. See, if only Gray could have fought like this with somebody. Like, Gray had some real potential if Gray actually did this with purple or with, you know, with a team. But Gray only really started to fight like a maniac once it was everybody versus him. So, you know, eventually, sounding like a broken record, that, you know, Gray will end up dying here. But Gray still has 13k gold and still has lots of food and wood for more halbs and his Celts. And he's doing some very Celt things here. Shambles, careful. Okay, well, Micro is kind of shambles there, but it's fine. Yeah, the main thing that they need here is Axeman at all times. If they have Axeman, Axeman will take down the house. I still believe that. Everything else they're making, not good. That's insane. I know you guys have heard of the apocalypse or the adpocalypse, but have you heard of the halbpocalypse before? This is nuts, dude. This can't kill him. You know, if green... You know what green should do right now? He won't do it because green's too loyal and green still likes him. Green should use this moment to plant a snipe on red. Now, is that going to be easy? No. But imagine if it works. Actually, whoa. The timing on that. I say he should plant a snipe and then the king runs out immediately. Like you heard me say it. We're running on a couple minute delay there, so that's just coincidence. And red goes back into his castle. But... Sheesh, dude. Now, what I said on the Axemen are great against halbs, not against siege onagers. So it is really just a tough comp to fight against. Painful. Blue says, waiting for my army to cross the map, then we go. Yep, all the armies on the way. Gray, last stand, still 2.5 hours into the game. Refusing to die. And beautiful attack rounds. Really solid unit control in awkward situation. I would consider a noob player to be horrible at Halb and Siege Onager because it's very easy to, well, do exactly that. It's a very hard army composition to control, and if you look away for a second, your Siege Onagers will get sniped, or you'll kill your own units, so yeah, it looks like too much happened at once. Was getting attacked on the right side, and maybe reacted even to the left. And are we finally here? After, like, multiple lifetimes of watching Gray survive, is this finally the moment where Gray will die? Omni Shambles will take down the Siege Onager. Continues to impress us with his micro. Yep. Beastly micro from Omni Shambles. There's only one castle that's up for Gray. There's a new one being built. That might need to be trebbed down first. There are a couple SOs there, and Orange needs to be aware of that. Castle on the cliff just straight up looks cool. So 10 out of 10 castle. That placement is awesome. Omni micro, Omni micro, Omni micro. Well, if nothing else, you can say he's ambitious. Oh my God, Gray. Oh my God, he refuses to quit. He will not be stopped. Is Green doing anything funky right now? Nope, Green's just killing Orange still. Okay. King will eject. King, soon. Soon. Again, if this was a crappy TV show, they'd be pumping in a bunch more ad breaks right now. And you're like, come on, like, get us to the conclusion. Here we go. All right, King is at... Oh, my... Oh, my God, the King survives. He refuses to die. Can he escape again? Of course he can. Of course he can. Dude's a wizard. There he goes, to the north. This is important because if this King keeps looping around, it could actually make it to Orange and do some damage to Orange. So let's see if he can get away here. King's really speeding along here. Nah, the Camel Archers will do it. Yeah, this won't damage Orange all that much. Oh, what? Okay, finally, he dies. Holy crap, he's dead. Apples are people too. Well played. I really think the main mistake from Gray is kind of the same mistake from Green. They were both destined to die because they weren't destined to be together. And their diplomacy decisions were difficult because they always planned to be with a person that, you know, society has not allowed them to be with. Which is a shame, you know? Which is a shame. But, you know, Green now, he said before, Green's like, if you're going to kill me next, that just is what it is. I refuse to attack Gray. And so this weird diplomacy Romeo-Juliet situation hasn't resulted in Gray killing Green or, you know, some ceremony, but basically that is what will happen now. Now, how many resources does Green have? Green's also locked and loaded as far as res is concerned, but not like Red and not like Blue. Orange has actually struggled because Orange has been losing trade a lot. So I think the obvious predictions here would go something like 3 versus 1 against Green. Green dies. 2 versus 1 against Orange. Orange dies. And somewhere in there, Blue and Red will try and, you know, snipe each other. Like right before Orange is dead, maybe even right before Green is dead, they try something. Maybe. That's my prediction. That Blue and Red are moving their trade out of Green's base. That way they don't lose it when they attack. And Omni Shambles says, Guys, your silence fills me with confidence. Because he's really concerned that they're talking about him. And Orange says, I'm already fighting green and have been for a while. Which is fair. Nah, green is next. Green is next. They're gonna kill green. I mean, orange and green are already against each other, and green didn't help against gray. If anything, green made it more difficult because he was attacking orange. So, yeah, this is where it happens. And notice all of green's trade is still running through these bases, so it will all die to the castles. So there will be no trade left for green. And Noobish Pro will be without an ally. And will be without defense. And will go for a very similar death to gray. Again, in these situations, this is actually a great chance for a wonder. This is why Wonder Victory exists. And with these resources, I would have loved to see Noobish Pro. It's his first community game, but cancel that castle and just YOLO a wonder up in the back. I mean, there's no way you're defeating 3 players. Maybe there's a chance you can survive against 3 with a wonder. I'd say it's unlikely. Ooh, Looney Loser with a good call. If Orange were to wonder now, that would make things interesting. But Orange does not have the resources for that. I think Orange's creative trade routes has been a problem. He's constantly been trading through the middle of the map. Can't have that. And Blue says, I've turned red. Red says, me too. And yeah, they're all making their plays. Crazy resources for Blue. You know the taunt that's like, you died 2 hours to... Or you played 2 hours to die like this? Back when they created the taunt, they really should have come up with one that was like, you mined all this gold to die like this. For people who die with 50k gold, because they're stacked. Painful to die with these resources, but somebody will. I mean, Blue could consider a wonder, but it feels like Blue and Red already have a plan to take out Orange. Orange really needs to be assertive and maybe talk to Blue or Red to make a deal there ahead of time. Yo, Apples. GG. It wasn't meant to be the story of Apples for People 2 and Noobish Pro. But it's funny, like, if they were in slightly different positions and they weren't essentially on different teams, could have been a fun story. Wait a second. Someone says we were all rooting for you, Apples, except for T90. No. That's not true. I may have implied that I kind of wanted you to die near the end. But that was only because you were so good and I knew you were going to die eventually. I wanted to move on to this chapter. But that doesn't mean I wasn't rooting against you. I just wanted you to die faster. Which is fine, I think. Yeah, green is getting massacred. Green is no chance. Green's playing well. But you got the 3 best players in the game all coordinating attacks. I've loved the trend in this game where people show up with lots of siege. It's been so sick. Like the first game of the day, we had a lack of siege. That was probably a lack of wood on the map. But like Orange has made so many trebs. These trebs have done crazy damage. 70k damage from those trebs. And just buildings melt so fast. Also, Tiger Cab should be insane against Kiptex because Kiptex do very low damage in the first place, and Tiger Cab have high pierce armor. So I think the Kiptex are doing 1 damage a hit. Yeah, castles, ranges, everything will die. I think the only thing humans could do here is like siege onagers, but good luck protecting them. All right, guys. Will Green try and sneak a king into Red's base, or Orange's base for that matter? If you're going to do it, it has to be now. It is exploding kings. I kind of feel like the answer is no there. Because I think Green is still super focused on just fighting back. But maybe similar to gray, they'll come to that conclusion right before they die. This is where blue and red could start to do some weird, sneaky things. Even orange as well. Especially orange, actually. But no, I'm not seeing any signs of that. I think orange just forgot those units in the middle. Yeah, true. Red researching treason might have been purely so he can tell if green is sending the king to him. Yeah, he does it again. Yeah, that's smart. If you have the gold, you should be spending it. So that's just confirming every time that the king isn't coming into his base here. Because that's usually what people would do, right? Green's not trying that, though. I really like it when people research treason a lot. I feel like in these games, when you have the res, it's so valuable. Look, he does it again. Like, he's not even going for the king. He just doesn't want the king to come kill him. That's really smart. Holy trebuchets. Holy units, bro. Look at these armies. These armies are unreal, dude. It's amazing. We talked about lag earlier today. It's amazing the game is running smoothly here. Like, I know we all have our gripes with the game and bugs and pathing and whatever, but, like, how on earth is this running smoothly? I probably shouldn't get too confident with it, and then my capture rate will crash, but crazy. Hey, Green, you got to run now. You got all the armies here, nothing here. Try and run. Just not happening. Castles are falling. King is still not running. Green is almost out of food and almost out of gold. There's not a lot in queue. There are a lot of lancers in queue. They do produce really quickly with the humans, so that's nice. Honestly, there's not that much army to protect the trebs right now. It's kind of all dead. Yellow and blue could lose all these trebs. Like, that's way too many lancers and kipchecks to deal with. So, gray, this is where, once this was like the third or fourth time of you doing this, I was ever so slightly hoping that you would not be able to defend anymore. Impressive from green as well. If only green and gray could have somehow used their powers to fight together, which they were never able to do the entire game. Damn. Let's go, green. I mean, green is no eco. But green got a massive army buildup. These players have been stubborn, dude. Red's bringing in more army. Now, what might have also happened is they've been... Wait a second. How many relics are on this map? Pause. Pause, 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 pause. Important pause. Red's too good to just not put a relic in a monastery. There was 4 relics in that monastery, and he has 1 standing outside of it. Does anyone else have relics? Oh, well, never mind. Yeah, everybody's got relics. Never mind. I thought it was like somehow only 5 relics on the map, and he was waiting for relic victory. That would have been really hype. But there's a bunch of relics in monasteries, so false alarm. We carry on. There's tons of relics. I think green is running out of steam here. Another treason from red. Just in case. Green should run out of units to queue. Yeah, nothing in queue anymore. This is the last army for green. A great fight for their first community game. And we still have 3 people left. Just trade from orange running into blue's base. That's it. So no military units. It's just trade. Green has nothing left. This would probably be his last chance to try and run and boom somebody. Realistically, I suggest doing this a lot earlier. Like, red was onto something. Like, red knows when a player is on the brink of death, usually they run their king. Green still hasn't done it yet, and might not. The king might just die here. Or maybe the king will run to where gray died, and they can be buried together here. Yeah, it's very possible green forgot about it. Either way, I can kind of respect... Oh, there goes the king. I kind of respect just fighting it out to the end here, too. Okay, blue says, red to you. Still okay with our plan. Meanwhile, green is on the move. But the light cav are there. And yeah, that king is going to die. So red and blue coordinating and chatting. Their plan is to just kill orange next, if you forgot. Now, orange should be speaking up. Nice awareness there from orange. And blue's turn now. And I think they're going to do it. They have all their army over here. You feel very exposed. And yeah, Omni Shambles turns. And that's incredible because it's just as orange's trebs are exposed. You always want to be the first one to turn. And does orange get pissed? Does orange get annoyed? Does orange say why? No, orange just says understandable. 3-hour game. Understandable. He's like, I would do that too. He says, it was nice fighting with you. And Omni Shambles says, sorry, dude, it was a pleasure. But this is how it goes, man. Omni Shambles says, neighbors got a nay? That's a new one. Neighbors got a nay? All right. Well, I mean, there are a lot of horse units coming from red's base. I guess that's fair. That's very accurate. Didn't think about that. Stockpile check. Stockpile check. 1,000 gold for orange, 40,000 food. That's all I need to see. Meanwhile, it's 40,000 gold for blue and for red. Blue is 130,000 food. Red is 72,000. Like, there's no way that red is thinking that he has less resources than blue. But somehow he does. Omni Shambles says, just the way the cookie crumbles, T90's got to have his content. Oh, you know it, baby. You know it. Yeah, this is always how it was going to be for orange. Like, orange choosing to backstab purple meant he would never win. You need to have an ally next to you in most cases. Now, what you could do if you're orange is you could still try and diplo right now and say, hey, blue, hey, red. As we're fighting, why don't you try and make a play? Those are options to consider. But, guys, we got to look. There's going to be some sneaky shenanigans at some point. They're going to be... They know it's going down to the final two. Both players kind of have a reason to be worried about the matchup. I think I might actually prefer the way because of the Elite Tiger Cav. But if it's Camel and Camel Archer, Berbers would probably win. They might start to, you know, get just 5, 10, 15, 20 units hidden away, ready to backstab. So look, they're using each other's gates right now, too. Like, you could run in. They're pathing the whole way through. But no funky business from them. So far. What's up, Chukunu Tsunami? Thanks for the 42 months. He says, how is Florida this time of year? It's still pretty warm, but it's cooling off for us. And probably warmer than most places. It's just starting to get really nice here, so. The best time of year in Florida is like November, maybe October, November through February and March. So our fingers are crossed right now on hurricanes, which is always the worrisome thing. And we get through the hurricane season, then we're chilling. But weather-wise, still pretty warm. I feel like the theme of this game has been people just... At least now Orange is trying to repeat what the previous two did. They just don't like to die. They just hold on so well. Orange says, can't find my king. I guess he's not important. Oh, his king is actually out. His king isn't even in a building. That's why it's hard to find. Well, if it makes you feel better, your opponent's not going to find it either that way. T90, what are your thoughts on the blue castle and red's base that you totally didn't miss? What, you mean this castle? I showed it like 16 times. It wasn't relevant to talk about yet, Mr. Judgy. You want to hop on the mic? Cast for 3 hours? Now that's, I mean, it's a good point. It's a rude way to say it, but it's a good point. Because you could garrison some units there, but he's never done that. Orange will run out of res eventually here. Still has 5k gold. And we'll run out of buildings. We'll just run out of steam entirely. And then we'll run out of king. And then we'll be dead. And then blue and red will fight, which is why blue and red should be thinking about some sneaky shenanigans. But they're just not. Too much honor there between the two of them. Which I also respect. Salty AF, thank you for the resub. Thank you, Darth Karth. Cabachil, thank you as well. Thank you so much, guys. Support's been incredible today. It's been a long stream. We've had some banger games. Whew. I mean, even the first game didn't have a lot of wood. It went on for a while. People came to fight today. But, yeah, this is maybe the last stand for Orange. Needs to take down these trebs fast before all the castles get taken down. And we'll do so. Yup, that's exactly what'll happen. That's a lot of palas right there. Lots of halbs, too. Halb has kind of been the key ingredient in defense for a lot of these players. Mainly for gray, I guess. And blue's army just gets wiped. Omni Shambles has had some hilarious chat. He says, I think my army is dead here. And then realized that Orange was getting the message and said, probably shouldn't be telling Orange that. Whoops. Man, I mean, if Orange had prepped a wonder while green was dying, if green had prepped a wonder while gray was dying, if gray prepped a wonder while Shulker was dying, there's actually some excellent opportunities here for wonder victory in this game. The only instance in which wonder victory maybe didn't make a lot of sense was Shulker. But even then, it did kind of make sense because everyone was super focused on gray. But yeah, I think Wonder's just out of their minds at this point. I saw Orange as well with a random relic here, trying to yoink some relics back home. All right, interesting one. Red just researched treason. If he looked, he might have actually been able to spot that it's out of the castle. Now, it's hard to see. It doesn't show for very long. But notice how he saw a little area on the back of the castle, and he didn't see a castle with a flag. I think I would need to see it another time to believe it's possible, but... do we ride for glory here today? This seems to be a side mission from Red. Realizing that Orange has possibly lost track of that king, which is all the way over here behind the castle. Orange is busy. Orange is fighting blue, and Orange is, you know, sweating and freaking out. But Red, he rides. And he rides for glory. There's a lot of castles in there that Red doesn't know about, but Red could try it. Orange is completely fine otherwise. Red is also not really attacking elsewhere. So this tells me that Red is definitely thinking about the king. This isn't random. Is it possible for Red to find that king and kill the king? You got to run through the enemy village. Found the trade route. Don't attack a thing here, though. If you attack something, that gives them an attack notification. They realize they saved the king. Nope, you got to run through the arrows. Don't attack. Okay, well... I mean, the king is there. It's not textbook, guys. It's not textbook. It's not. Orange sees it. But the king... The king is right there. He's going for the trade route. He's going for the trade route. He doesn't know the king is exposed. Wait, he just researched treason. Does he see it? Ah! Ah! He doesn't know. Sometimes, I guess it's better to be hidden in plain sight. Damn it, dude. Come on, Red. That was a YouTube short right there. Damn. How am I supposed to pay rent with that content? God, I was setting the whole thing up. Well, it's okay. It was a distraction for blue, I guess. Treb's coming forward. Orange still refuses to die. Everyone just decides to be god tier 3K players. The second they have no chance to win the game. This game. Seriously, the level of fight that everyone shows once they're completely out of it is crazy. Respect, though. Respect. Trev's getting taken out. And Red's coming in again. Oh. There's a new army. There's a new chance. There's a new chance for Red. Red's definitely not here for the trade. Red is here for the king. Meanwhile, Orange is killing all of Blue's army again. Axemen are looking pretty good here. Orange's trade route will be killed off here. Orange was trading with Purple. Purple won't have any markets left. Purple's been dead for a while. Orange still has no clue the king is outside. King is not prepped for the sun. He's lived too cushy of a life. Orange is 3K gold. I guess because of the trade. So killing the trade is a really nice find. I think all of Orange's trade will stop unless there's another market to go to. Does Purple have another market somewhere? Well, there is the neutral market, which I guess Red is also protecting, which is smart. Oh, Red is run through. Red is through. Red is through. Oh, we can edit this together. This is the same attack as before. Definitely not a new army 10 minutes later. Definitely not. Boom. We got our YouTube short. YouTube, this is not a fake. Okay, that's the same exact army. Definitely wasn't a different army. It's the same thing. King is dead. Perfect. Ah, he found it, finally. And the king dies. And everyone rejoices. And everyone's impressed. All right. They're going to turn now. It's about to get real crazy here. We got Red and Blue. They've been friends for 2,328 years. Their family goes back generations. And they will have to turn on each other here. They have no choice. There will be one leader of this kingdom. And it is the Berbers against the Wei. Trade is going down. Actually, not for all of them, though. Blue is still trading to the neutral market in the south. And Red was still trading through Blue's base. That's a big advantage for Omni Shambles. For as long as that lasts. But yeah, I think the Tiger Cav should be amazing if Omni Shambles primarily makes Camel Archers. Because it's an anti-archer Cav unit with crazy HP. 13 plus 5 attack. I guess the attack actually depends on how many kills the unit has, which is kind of weird. It gets more attack when it gets kills. But 7 pierce. Red wanted to do a deal with like a Treb and a King and all that stuff, and Omni Shambles says, I thought we were just going to fight it out. And yeah, they are going to fight it out. I think. I mean, they already are. It's just no one wants to be the first one to go forward, you know? Seriously, think about that, though. Mass scale battle, and you're told you go first. No way, dude! No, thank you. You go ahead. I guess, like, you know, you would feel like you weren't going to go to heaven if you didn't run into the battlefield, or I guess they would kill you in more creative ways if you didn't say yes to your commanders, but nah, I'm good, dude. I'm good. You go ahead. I'll stay back here. I'll hold down the defenses in the back. Camel archers run in. Omni Shambles is obsessed with sniping siege units with camel archers. But I don't know if that was a good play for him to run in there like that. I mean, what? He'll kill 4 traction trebs, but he'll lose 50 camel archers. Well, hold on. He's looping back. All right. He's maybe saving some. Worth it. If Twitch chat says it's worth it, it's worth it. Ugh. That's fine. That's calculated. That was perfect. Yeah, so camels is kind of the key unit now against the tiger cab, I think. And if you go camels in front, camel archers behind, it should be a bit better. And this is where Red would need something more than just tiger cab, and he's done it, mixing in the onagers. I'm still not convinced tiger cab doesn't need a nerf, by the way. It's just no one talks about it. Get it? I said, by the way. No one talks about that unit. Oh, Omni Shambles. Has he made the same mistake I make all the time? Does he have his waypoints accidentally set up here with shift? And are they looping back or what? I don't know, but he's got units headed the wrong way. I make that mistake a lot. I actually wish you could disable the shift queue on waypoints because I'm accidentally doing it all the time. My units are running the wrong way. I mean, guys, the unit has 6 melee armor as well. This unit's insane. You get attack when you get kills. You have crazy... Oh, don't you get HP and attack when you get kills? Yeah, this unit's busted. I think Omni Shambles will die to this. What more can he make? If camel archers and camels aren't doing it, there's no way. And he will have traction trebs and some siege rams maybe to back it up. We'll keep the stockpiles up here. They both lost 30k gold over the last few moments. They're basically bashing their head against a wall. But this straight camel play is not actually working for Omni Shambles. Tiger Cab is unreal. But I think also Omni Shambles needs to regroup a little bit. He's feeding a little bit. But when you played for 3 hours and you have tons of people watching and there's a lot happening, it's very easy to lose track. Probably need to regroup. Give up this castle and just regroup and get as many units as possible. But I think you do need camel archers as well, because with the inclusion of halbs, your camels can't be the only thing you make. Really tough. Ooh, trade might be spotted by these 2 random hussars back here. That is an advantage Omni Shambles has. The fact that he still has trade running. But yeah, he just doesn't have the military numbers right now. He can't keep up. And it might just be an elo difference too. Forgot about that. But red is exactly 400 elo higher than blue. So that's a pretty big advantage. I don't think at 1150 elo you attack with sheep, but apparently at 1550 elo you do. 1500 elo players are just so good at controlling different types of units. Castle on the left side will go down. Castle on the right side is going to go down as well, if that siege ram has anything to say about it. And the trade is slowly dying. It's slow, but if there's no units over here, the trade will definitely die. Omni Shambles is well and truly in shambles at the moment. But we do have camel archers again. So maybe that combo... It's like now he gets camel archers, but now all of his regular camels are dead. Brutal. The T90, what did you mean about setting waypoints for army? You're able to use shift to customize your waypoints for military buildings now. So like, instead of just setting your unit to this gate, you could go boop, boop, boop over here to the lumber camp and to the sheep and to the gate. And I use shift for a lot of my production. and for different things. And I accidentally set the waypoints like here and forward. Like, let's say at one point I want the waypoints to the left, and then at one point I want the waypoints here. When I try and set the waypoints forward, sometimes with the way I'm doing it, because I'm doing it really fast, I don't cancel the other one, and so they're going zigzag, and it's annoying. I hate that. It's actually horrible for me. And I know there's other players that have the same issue. I cannot get used to it, and there's no way to remove it. So it's one of those things that's actually a really good feature, but it actually leads to me making mistakes a lot. And I thought that was happening earlier with blue, which is why I brought it up. Omni Shambles says, okay, maybe this will take forever and ever, 11. Really? You think so? Because I think you're dead. If you would have said that 30 minutes ago, I would have maybe agreed. But the way this is going, bro, I'm not really thinking it's going to take that much time. That could be a bluff. That could be a strategy choice to try and make Red think, you know, we should probably do the deal that Red wanted in the first place. But if this is deal or no deal, I'm going with no deal right now if I'm Red. Great job from Red with the production, with the unit control. He just definitely seems to be a level up. And no risks either. Like, units in every castle to hide the king's, not identity, but location. And resources are still insanely good for both, but it's just comp. The halbs are such a problem for camels, as we saw many, many times. Also, Red continues to bring the sheep into this. Oh, and Red is also trading in the north again. Damn, I remember Blue is attacking these markets, but there was no trade activity, and Red is actually trading to the neutral market too. Yeah, I think this is a mix of skill advantage, but also civ advantage. I think the mix of Halb and, what are these things called again? Tiger Cav? I think it's ridiculous. The Tiger Cav is busted. Getting extra attack when you get a kill, and extra HP when you get a kill, and 7 pierce armor and 6 melee armor, and a base HP of 150 is ridiculous. Like, this unit right here has 187 HP right now, because it got some kills on skirms. I thought it did, unless it reset. Maybe I was clicking the wrong one. But yeah, no one thinks the unit's OP because everyone's talking about their eco and their Jean Bay riders in, like, 1v1s. Or maybe their traction trebs, but it's very strong. But it might also be super expensive. Maybe someone could tell me the cost. Obviously, cost should be something to consider when you're talking about units. And, hold up. Berber camels are cheap. There's a lot of them now. I think still Red's made enough progress to be pretty happy with this. 60 food, 80 gold. Okay. So yeah, I mean that's not outrageously expensive compared to some other units. But hold up, guys. Omni Shambles didn't hear a bell. Actually, I think a better choice if you have 30k gold instead of skirms is hand cannons. Cav Archers is actually a decent call too. I think Camel Archers is better. I'm guessing that's just a misclick. Would love to see hand cannons instead, but he's holding this. I never thought he was dead. I totally didn't imply that he was finished 5 minutes ago. Damn, what a recovery. Also, I think he killed those hussars, so they're both trading. We might be here an hour. Yeah, this Tiger Cav sucks, guys. Am I right? It's not good at all. How are you supposed to be Berbers? Berbers are so OP. They have about 15k gold. Omni Shambles has less gold but more trade. Omni Shambles has more food but less farmers. Omni Shambles has way less wood. And Trigon has 900. Or 900k. Or not 900k, sorry, 90k. I can't speak. And it's completely swung. Holy crap, dude. And now red is panicking. What a recovery from Omni Shambles. I don't know what changed. I kind of thought he was already maxed out. But he settled his mind. He got his unit production rolling. And now red. See how he manages when he's behind. I like the Onager edition. It didn't work yet, but it just needs Tiger Cap. Once the camels are out of the front lines, Tiger Cav wrecks. And then a couple Onager hits behind is not going to hurt. I think this could swing right back. Yeah, Onager's helping. Tiger Cav, there's 40 of them now. Yeah, this will swing right back. Tiger Cav will wreck. I think. Maybe. Let's not forget Camel Archers do have 12 attacks. So even though the Tiger Cav are high Pierce armor, still should be pretty good. And red says it's my turn to take the hill. My turn to refuse to die. Jeez. Yeah, and now this is a skill thing, right? Now you've got to reset every single rally point and fall back again if you're blue. There's a lot of units still headed forward from before. You got to reset every single waypoint from every single building. Damn. It's the same thing that happened to blue last time, too. It's like, started losing a fight, and then loses a bunch of units, and then needs to fall back and reset the waypoints. Red definitely did a little bit of a better job with that. Also, very, very confused sheep in there. These sheep have seen some things, dude. Resource check. It's going down for both. But I think... I guess you prefer to be in red's position because red has more wood. Let's just say the last 2 minutes have been very forgettable for Omni Shambles. Red is just destroyed again. I think whoever has control of the sheep gets like an attack bonus, right? Oh wait, I'm sorry. That's in the next DLC. That's in the next DLC. They're not going to add heroes. There's going to be like attack sheep. Because there's an old... I'm sure there's a story somewhere about someone somewhere who had a pet sheep, which gave him strength. Yep, there go the sheep again. Here we go. 100 military for red. What's out here? He's chopping wood. Up here he's dropping markets. But no big moves. Just running straight through the gut here. What a grind. We are about to see blue hit 100k score, which does not happen all the time. It's kind of rare to see someone hit 100k. But he is losing units faster than he's producing them right now, so maybe not. It's teasing me, though. I need to see 100k score. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Get there, dude. Stupid game. Yeah, there we go. Let's go. We'll see if he can keep it. Traction trebs are here. The red's got those halbs, man. Those camels patrolling in just melt to those halbs. Traction trebs don't take down buildings that quickly in these numbers. You really need to have more. So a lot of red's units will die to these castles here. So red needs to ensure he's got reinforcements all the time. We know blue's gonna be on his last stand mode. Where is the king right now? Wait, the king is right there? The king is in a tower that is... Oh, there it goes. Yeah, it was in a tower, so another tower trick. And Omni Shambles thought of it. I would have honestly forgotten. I kind of did forget. And king will just relocate ever so slightly. Yeah, more traction trebs on the way. 110 army for Entragon. And Entragon still is good res. They both have trade to the neutral markets they started with in this game. Omni Shambles has less gold banked, but does still have more trade cards. And still has more food banked, but also has less wood. Crazy game. How many kills did they actually have this game? They both have 2,700 kills. That's very fitting. Big fight. Big fight. There's only 10 halbs in there. Not 20 halbs in there. Just into the meat grinder they go. I think blue needs to clear this. If he can get a reset, he could maybe feel okay about things and recover. No way, dude. No way. No way. No way. No way. Yeah, there's no way, because blue's winning the fight. What? Damn. Again, sheep very confused. And now Omni Shambles is back. And now it's red's turn to trickle units into the front and have camel archers and camels eat. And Omni Shambles is back on top. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Camel archers made the difference. If he needs to consistently queue camel archers and camels. If it's one or the other, it doesn't work. And for red, he kind of needs... It's the same with halbs and tiger cav. Hussars is not good enough. I don't know. Let's not have our camels on the front line. That's part of the issue for Omni Shambles. All of his units are gold units. He doesn't have any throwaways. It's like, who's on the front here when there's halbs like that? It's hard to decide. Neither option feels ideal. Well, you just take the fight anyways to not lose ground. Camel archers are going to kill units off fast enough. It would be nice to have a trash unit here. I wouldn't actually hate pikemen. I doubt he has the setup for it with barracks, though. Yeah, he doesn't, so it's not worth it. He also has trebs ready to go. Omni Shambles has heard me complain about people trickle trebbing hundreds of times. I think Yashiman did as well, because Yashiman did a great job not trickle trebbing this game. Someone says, do they even remember why they fight anymore? Yeah, they fight because it's the only way of life they know. They don't know why this war is being fought. They don't know for who or why it started. But they know there must be a victor in this battle. And they know it could be either one. This is crazy. It's wild, too, that they both have trade. But the way the resources are balancing out, it's really fascinating. I'll keep the stockpiles in the bottom left. Omni Shambles has his camels separated from the camel archers. It's not actually the worst, because the camels are up against a decent amount of hussars first. Also took out some onagers there, and is starting to take down buildings. 1150 elo versus 1550 elo. Can Omni Shambles do this? Or is it red's turn to turn this around again? I think we know the answer. We've seen this before. We know what's gonna happen, guys. Red's gonna push this right back. Omni Shambles didn't have units in front for half a second. Realizes a little bit too late. And trebs are exposed. And red is back. And dude, I mean, well, red's not, he's not back. He's not fully back. He still lost a lot of buildings here. I mean, blue keeping the trebs alive is huge. You gotta keep the trebs alive. Still really close. I think actually blue's running out of wood. I think running out of wood might be more important than running out of gold or food. There's no wood being chopped, and there's only 1,100 wood in the bank. And you kind of need wood for trebs and for camel archers. Yeah, red's back. Red's back big time. Red is 100 army right now. He had like 30 before. So just full queued some buildings he didn't have queued before. Yeah, also, red does have a much longer trade route. Capture just bugged, and I can't see how much gold people are getting for trade, which sucks. That's been the case all game. But that's obviously a longer distance. A much longer distance than blue. Blue could have also built a new market, in all fairness. And blue's king is relocating because treason was just researched. But okay, I've said it 18,000 times. But I actually believe, and I say it with sadness, but I believe that this is the end. As we approach the 4-hour mark and red reclaims the sheep on the hill, I think that there is no way that Omni Shambles can come back from this. He does not have wood. He needs to have wood for anything, really. Skirmishers, camel archers, or even just wood to reseed farms to have the food. And Omni Shambles is realizing he's at the limit. He's asking the resources for red. Red says okay. I would say okay as well, because he doesn't have a ton of gold. But he does have wood, and he does have food, and he does have the traction traps, and he's pushing. And he continues to spam treason, which he's done consistently all game. That will also sound out for blue, so blue will hear that and think that this guy's loaded. Thinks he still has like 20k gold or something. Omni Shambles is going to run into that castle. You can't boom anybody anymore because it's a 1v1, so it's more so to stay safe. I don't think he'll run into red space or anything. It's super easy to get excited and be like, oh, he's going to boom him. But then, yeah, he just dies. There's no explosion. 100 military versus 20 now. This might be the community game with the most kills in the last, I don't know, year or two? Like, this is crazy. This is almost 7,000 kills between these two. They have, like, the same amount of kills as well. King for blue is moving out. King for blue is moving out. King for blue goes down. What a game. What a marathon, man. That was crazy. And, while the final two may have been predictable for a minute, they were worthy. They were worthy foes. They were worthy allies. They were worthy top two for me. Omni Shambles and Entragon had good alliances. They had good alliances on both sides. They defended people who were on their team. They made moves consistently against their foes. And, yeah, they obviously were very, very close there. Initially, I'll give some respect here to Omni Shambles. Initially, once red was, like, winning their little duel, I thought it was over. That pushback was crazy, but he just ran out of res. Red got 3 kills this game, right? Yeah, 3 kills. Orange got 2. Blue also was able to snag a villager kill, a king kill. So, geez, well played. No! Guys, why couldn't you play on for 48 more seconds? Now I can't be like, remember the 4-hour game. I have to say, remember the 3-hour, 59-minute, and 12-second game. My God, what are we... I just assumed it hit 4 hours until someone in chat pointed it out. Whatever. Whatever. Still counts. Yeah, look at these kills. This might even be more than some of the 10 times tech games we've done. I think we're above 10K, but I'm too lazy to do the math on it. Well played. The eco was huge this game. The trade aspect was very interesting because of the neutral markets. The fact that both blue and red, and maybe it was blue's idea, moved their trade out of harm's way before taking fights is next level stuff. You don't see that frequently. Orange even, who just dropped a bunch of gifted subs, by the way. Thank you, Yashiman. Orange even like kept trading different directions the entire game. Then there was Jambi, who didn't trade at all. And he was Spanish. But we're not going to talk about that, Jambi. That would be rude. Of course, a big early or like mid storyline of this game was Noobish Pro and Apples Are People too. Well played to them, their first community game. I think Purple's going to feel a little annoyed that there was no help. Purple was fully expecting Gray to help. Gray was too scared to. Purple is expecting Orange to help. That also didn't happen. So I feel a little bad for Purple as well. Schalke, of course, tried with the Wonder, which did not end up working out, but I thought it was a good attempt from him as well. Holy crap, Green? Green had 250 APM in this moment. What were you doing, dude? I thought you were a noob. Apparently, Green's pretty fast. But yeah. Well played. We got some memes. Oh, we got some mathers as well. Apparently 12,000 kills. That's a lot of kills for one game. All right. I'll pull up some of the memes if there are memes. I assume there are. Starting with this. This is great. This is really good. So you have Omni Shambles and Entragon. They're pals. They're dancing. They're having a good time. They're vibing. Green can't be with Gray because it's a secret. And is in the corner like, oh, that's my person. Even though they can never talk to them or help them. And then Schalker's just down there doing his own thing in his own corner. That's pretty good. I like that. Oh, this is cute. This is cute. Similar thing. They couldn't be together. They wanted so badly to be together, but they could never truly unite. Maybe they should have gone for it. Maybe they should have taken the leap, but maybe they would have died earlier, you know? So that's more cute than funny. Oh my God. That's really good. I don't know if you could read this. It's very blurry, but Jambi, who was on a sinking ship, basically, said, in serious need of aid, my man, and I will repay you greatly. He had no gold to repay anyone. And he was dead regardless. That's the best meme of the day so far. Oh, that's good. Rigging Schalker in T90. It's not rigged. Stop being salty. I don't know how Schalker does it, honestly. I don't know how he got in. But he hasn't been in like a while. Like 6 months. It's just that Schalker's here consistently. He's here consistently. He enters almost every one, and he always subscribes. All right? Here, just smacked myself with the microphone. Purple, the other commie players. I guess this was everyone abandoning Purple and like kind of screwing Purple over. I mean, the thing I'll say about Purple, I don't take this the wrong way. I don't feel as bad for you because you didn't really confirm that everyone was going to fight. Now, at the same time, I always say I respect someone who just says, hey, let's go, because sometimes people will back you up, and that's what people need. Didn't happen there, unfortunately. No one was really on board, it seemed. Okay. Oh, that's fun format. So 5v1. The risk I took was calculated, but man, am I bad at math. Yeah. Yeah, it was not a unit issue there. It was a numbers issue there. I like how you should have had another bird like flying away as Celts because Gray never helped and Gray just didn't do anything. That would have been perfect. Purple time for a beer. Is this I thought it was Green who said time for a beer. But I guess in this scene in Anchorman, doesn't he say, well, that escalated quickly? So I think Green got beers, but if this is a meme because of that escalated quickly, Purple's getting a beer thinking it escalated quickly, so Green got a beer when Purple boomed him. Okay. Got it. Enjoy the beer. T90 calculating the range of an exploding king. Bro, I forgot about that. I'm so proud of that. And Chad, I'm like tempted to go tell my fiance about it and try and explain how next level that is, but she's not going to understand how next level that is. Does someone have the clip? I need to rewatch that. That was unbelievable. Okay, I'm just like you all, but better. Yes. In that particular instance, I am. That was a clutch prediction. I'm really worried about my brain. I shouldn't be so proud. Okay. The line. Schalker's housing project. Yeah. I thought this was going to be I thought this was gonna be something around Shulker's Wonder situation, which it wasn't. That's fun. I haven't seen that before. Green says if Gray dies, he dies. I mean, Gray and Green did literally everything they could do in that game to support the other person while not actually supporting them. Right? Gray and Green had like a middle school relationship where you're too shy to show affection to the other person, but you both know you like each other. Not that I have any experience in that, but like they really should have just like traded together and fought together and worked together, but they like, no, we can't let other people see we're together. We can't fight together. We can't. Yeah. That was cute. Darth Shulker watching from his corner. Maybe they won't notice. That's good. I mean, dude, Shulker's corner was massive, man. He had so many buildings. He had like 30 archery ranges, 30 barracks, and 30 stables, and 12 castles. And obviously, the perfect space for the Wonder. So, became a little too obvious. What the? Okay, Shulker, Entragon, and Omni Shambles. What you got there? Shulker, a smoothie. Yeah. What did Shulker say when they asked him? Does anyone remember? I think he said protecting what was important. They're like, what are you doing there? And he said protecting what was important. I forget. It was, he didn't make it, well, it was already obvious. So, Shulker, I think I forgot something. If you forgot, then it wasn't important. Yeah, you're right. His king, dude. He's honestly so lucky that didn't become the meme, right? Like, he leaving his king out in the open like that, I mean, it was a hell of a save, but that was kind of a rookie move. To build that base in the corner and not have your king there was bad. But yeah, well played. He saved it. Gray. Honestly, this isn't even a Gray meme. I know when you made this, make it for green and make it for blue and make it for red as well. Like 4 people never heard a freaking bell this game. It was a 4-hour game for a reason. It was impressive. This is a little unfair to Shulker, I think. He fought as well as can be expected in that Civ matchup versus 5 really good players. But, yeah, it was ambitious to say the least. Yeah. Again, I'm still ever so slightly ashamed. But there's my brain. And the capacity of my brain can handle certain things. Okay? Wait, primary colors? Who made this? Who put primary colors up there? I got that right. I wasn't 100% sure because, and I shared that anxiety with you. And how dare you bring that up? That was a good meme until I read that part. That's funny. Okay. Next one. Apples are people too. So oh yeah, because he was like carrying the world on his shoulders and he wouldn't die, right? That's what this means. Okay, I like it. Took me a second. Again, my brain's preoccupied with other things. Doesn't have a big meme section, but orange Trebs, gray. Green rating, orange Trebs, gray. Dude, that's still wild to me. I really should have talked about it more. The amount of times that Green would just walk through Gray's base, never actually kill blue or red or anything, and just show up to orange to stop the Trebs is just way too freaking funny to me, man. Okay, and then final one. This was posted over an hour ago, by the way. I imagine this is probably some of you in chat who are just like, come on, like, hurry up, I want to play, like. Yeah, that's pretty good.